Hey, how's it going, guys? This is Nick from Old Anvil Speed Shop, and we're here working on Dan's 61 Ford Unibody. It has a 4.6 Ford modular engine and a 47 RE transmission, and our next step in this build is figuring out a cooling system for the transmission. So we turned to our friends over at Derale, and we got a nice compact transmission cooler, and we're going to go over some specs, and we're going to do a quick little install to show you guys our preferred mounting positions and any little tips and tricks we can squeeze in as well. So for a transcool on this truck, we went to our friends over at Derale. We got a hold of this Hyper-Cool, part number 13740. It's a very compact unit, offers nice mounting positions, and these two fans create about 630 CFM, so there should be plenty of cooling to cool almost any transmission. The one thing I like about these is, again, it's a very, very compact unit, and they're pretty universal when it comes to mounting, down below, front, rear, wherever you want. And you don't need to rely on front airflow through like the grid or anything, because you have these two fans that are going to be more than sufficient to do the job of cooling. And then we use this inline fan switch from Derale as well, part number 35024. It goes, again, in line. You usually put it on the inlet side. That's where the hot fluid's coming in. And this will turn on our two fans via a relay mounted under the dash. This thing is already wired. We tie these two fans together along with the fan switch, and they all go into a nice storage connector, which plugs into the chassis harness we are currently building for the vehicle. And yeah, let's go ahead and get this thing mounted up, and I'll show you guys where we picked to put it and another Derale product we use to mount it. So let's go ahead and get it under the truck. All right, so here we are in Dan's truck, and after looking around, we figured the best mounting location is going to be here under the bed. It's pretty wide open, and gives us a nice route to the trans lines. So how we decided to do this was we were mounting it upside down, and we used 4 rib nuts because this bed is double layer, and we're going to stand it off like this. I know a lot of people are going to say, oh, there's not airflow going through, or it's going to struggle to pull air through. No, this is a good amount of room off of there, and again, these fans pull, they don't push, so it's going to be drawing air through. So a big gap all the way around is going to be more than sufficient. And again, these are pretty universal mounting, so again, this is going to be a good spot. All right, so here are these little standoffs provided to us by Derale, and we got little 1/4-20 hex bolts, so we're going to go ahead and do one at a time and try not to drop this thing on my face, because that'd be bad, because that's how I make my money. Go like that. Here we are putting the final one in, and then we'll go ahead and tighten these down, and then we'll hook up our 2 transmission lines, and we'll talk about placement of this fan switch. Okay, so now that we have this cooler mounted under the bed of Dan's truck, the next step is going to be plugging in our 2 fluid lines. We got an inlet and an outlet, and the preferred size of hose or tubing is 3/8 ID. You could go as little as 5/16, but just to get that better optimum flow, it's nice to go up to -6, which is 3/8. So we take these 2 lines, and one very important thing to remember is whenever you're placing your fan switch, you always want it on the inlet. If you have it on the outlet, you're gonna have hot fluid going through here, and eventually this thing will heat soak because the fan won't kick in time. It's gonna wait till all this gets super hot enough to where this switch actually kicks on. So again, this is our inlet and this is our outlet, and we just hook up our -6 hoses up to it, and then we just get them with our AN wrench. We tighten our band switch first. Cool. And then we're going to go ahead and secure these hoses up here down the road. We have a few more hoses to run, so we're going to do all those at once, but that's pretty much it. Final step's going to be plugging in our harness into this connector, but as for now, this is mounted, it's plumbed, and yeah, we're pretty much ready to roll with this thing.